Hey everybody, it's Jamie and welcome to today's video where I'm going to give you an update on a number of things, but most importantly, the hidden story behind our in-game sound effects. So let's jump in. Okay, we are on Geeked-Out Basketball.com. This update is pushed and it's live, and you're going to see it's pretty significant. So for those of you who have access to the alpha, you are going to be able to play this version. It's a significant step forward, but it's not without its warts. So let's jump right in. So we're here on the mode select screen. I am just going to enter my franchise, and I'm going to keep sound on for this because some of our biggest updates are to sound. So one thing you're going to notice when you're here on the franchise command center, I will stop talking here for a little bit, but we've got some music going here, scouting ambiance. Do you hear that? It's pretty chill, kind of like lo-fi. You're gonna see when we get to the in-game sound that's more intense, and so you've really got, it really plays into the two worlds that you have here with Geeked Out Basketball. You've got your scouting time, your downtime, your study time, when you're looking at stats and scouting reports and thinking about your game plan. And then when game time comes, that's frenetic, fast-paced, and pretty intense. And you're going to see that in the sound and the music. One thing to note, if you don't want this sort of like lo-fi scouting ambiance, you can turn it off here in the command center, or sorry, with the little gear icon for your account settings, and you can turn it back on. It's got a little bit of a build up to it, so you won't hear it right away, but it'll start. We got a couple of different tracks that are playing right now for scouting ambiance, and they'll stay present when you're inside your franchise experience. The music will, except during gameplay, because you're gonna have different sounds for that. And then we don't have it running during training or recruiting right now. Kind of thinking of maybe a different audio approach for that. We may add this scouting ambiance to that as well. We shall see. But let's jump into the next game. I'm actually in season 2, so I've actually got a few freshmen on here who are in my year 2. So you're not going to see the traditional Morristown team here. Like this guy Kelly Stone is a 6'6", 236-pound freshman who's already my third best player. He's a 10 scoring, pretty good defensively, top to bottom. He's just not that intelligent and not a good free throw shooter. And I'd like to see him get stronger for being an inside player. But other than that, he's a freshman. It's a great start. These are some great traits. And then I got another freshman, Dylan Lynch, who's playing. He's an inside guy too. Doesn't have as much meat on the bones as Stone. See, he's 6'2", 196. He's not as versatile. So he's a 4 scorer, 3 inside defender. He has good endurance. And then, he needs to get stronger, improve his rebounding, etc. Whereas Stone he's just kind of like he's a stud already a 69 rated player. But let's jump right into the game. There's a lot of new stuff here in the franchise command center, and you can play around with that and see that. We don't have news in here yet, news or press. We will get that. We'll get that going. We just had other priorities. But let's go into gameplay. So you notice right away we got some ambient crowd when you're on the lineup screen during a timeout. Let me just do a quick auto set here. So that combo gives me a 120, and this combo gives me a 127. So I'm going to keep Stone at center. I'm going to move Gregory to point guard. Yeah, and do that. Okay. Let's jump into the game. I'm just going to kind of not talk too much. I'm just going to let you listen to the sounds. One thing I will tell you is every sound has a meaning in this. Some announce key moments, but others you're going to see there are different sound effects depending on how strong of a shot your shooter took, like how well he executed the shot. The sound effects don't impact defense yet, so it's just how well your shooter's shooting. But if you hear like the sound effect for a really strong shot and he still misses, that means the defender totally defended it really well. Let's go. I'm going to kind of shut up and just play this.
Defense.
That only plays on the opener. If you hear kind of like that crisp rhythmic passing in your motion offense, that means your team's executing. Oh, so we have different shot animations, swishes, clanks off the rim, banks, rattles. So if you get a swish, that means your guy's shooting well. A rattle means it kind of could have went either way. That was a banked miss. So there are 3 sound effects when players shoot. A normal, a strong, and a weak. That whoosh, that's the normal. That little sort of like beat, pulse, that's the strong. That's the strong. See, that was a strong shot, but he was defended. He was actually fouled. Offensive and defensive rebounds have different sound effects. And then that was actually a weak shot. That was a weak shot. That's more like the boing. So it's like boing for weak shot. It's a whoosh for a normal. And it's sort of like the beat, like the pulse for the strong. I'd be curious in the comments below, do the weak and the strong feel too similar to you? They feel different to me, but I've been listening to these for days now. See, that's the strong.
Fast break.
Some announcements. That was a normal shot.
It's blocked.
See, key moments are announced. Also, let me know if you want to hear more announcements, like for it's good. And, yeah, that was a weak shot. One thing I've noticed is quarters go by a lot faster with all this sound and music. Don't get overwhelmed by the sound. You still got to coach. I got some tired guys over here.
Press.
That was a weak shot, but he kind of rimmed it in. I'm going to call timeout. No, drew the foul. Missed it. So that was the defensive rebound effect. So now the intensity of the game has slowed down a little bit, and we're back on the sidelines, so we're back to crowd ambiance. We've got some tired players. So let's get Thomas in here. Let's get Dylan Lynch in here. So I got 2 freshmen in right now. And then Ernie Dives is actually seeing quite a bit of playing time for me. He's up to a 45 now. You know, he's playable. He's playable. I feel like when guys get into their 40s, they're playable. We don't do the defense other than the opening defense matchups. We don't want that to get annoying. Oh, blocking foul. Think about announcing fouls, too. Let me know what you think of that. I kind of want to announce everything. But, you know, part of, you know, you want to give the moments, you know, if everything's a moment, nothing's a moment, right? So, still kind of playing with. I do feel like good shots, even though that's the pinnacle moment, and they have the sound effect. You also notice down here, we've got the play call button with the V for the plays, and you notice up here, we've got a secondary announces going up here. So we didn't want to keep overwhelming the screens. You can see like presses, traps, and fast breaks. They're all being announced up here. Also, because a lot of the action with presses, traps, and fast breaks happens in the middle of the court. Where these
final shot.
There you go, like final shot comes up there. But we didn't want to be blocking the action. Ah, missed it. So let's go back here. Everyone looks good. Yeah, Nelson's at a 90. Okay. Those two are 135 or one. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Stone, despite his sort of like weaknesses as a freshman, is still one of my best centers. It almost had like a little subtle undertone of Michael Myers and Halloween to it. Which, that's intense, just like the gameplay.
It's blocked.
There's the one distinct voice. He announces things that are like stoppers, like blocks, steals, denied fast break outlet passes, stopped fast breaks. He's like the defensive guy. Oh, nice. Nelson rims in a three. So that was the weak shot. But there we go. Make it his free throws. Just play a bit more. All right, I think I'm going to call it there. When you pause it, the music will stop, the sound will stop. But yeah, just meant, again, everything we do, well, I don't know where that came from. But everything we do in this game has a reason. We aren't putting sound in here just for the sake of putting sound in here. They all have a reason to exist. And part of this is this game is so heavy with like stats and data and copy. We wanted to start communicating some stuff other than stats, copy, and data. And so that's really what the sound design is designed to do for you. So it's going to be, it's going to be more of an immersive gameplay experience for you. B, it's going to communicate when the important things are happening. But C, it's going to give you reads into which players are doing things well and which are not. And we're not done here. So if you have any ideas for things you'd like sound effects to telegraph during gameplay, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll call it a video. That's this week's video. Appreciate you all listening so much, and we will be back. I've not been doing a regular cadence recently because we've been so deep in building, and I'm kind of recalibrating to just announcing videos when I have something significant to share with you all. But as we get closer to beta, I'm going to get back into a regular cadence again. But with that, I'm going to call it a video. Hope you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.